inspire you, about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business, and we'll support you every step of the way. Right in the morning. Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time to tune to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie. Oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women, make it sound easy. Take it Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
All right. I did this live, and I did it live on Instagram, and I missed it here. So good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing this amazing morning? My name is Coffee. My name is Coffee with Nikkie. My name is Nikkie, and you are here with Coffee with Nikkie, your daily cup of information and inspiration. Okay, y'all. So the day already started a little kooky because, again, I was live on Instagram, but I was not live here, and I was just going in, right? So good morning, everybody, and welcome. So this morning we are going to be talking about gardening. We're going to be talking about what's eating my garden. And so we're going to make that a metaphor for life entrepreneurship. What is eating your garden? No matter what I'm doing in my garden, I'm researching things, trying different techniques to see what could stop these bugs from eating my leaves. I turn the leaves over. I don't see the bugs. And I know that there's something eating them. I go inside, I come outside, and then I look again, and there's more of the leaves being eaten, and they're deteriorating really quick. So I'm like, what is doing this, and how can I stop this from happening? And so I'm going to use that today for our, not our lesson, but, our talk for today. I'm going to be using that because we may be trying all of the things, and all of the things that worked before are no longer working now, right? And again, it's different. It's not wrong. It's different. And so this is where we need to schedule in our discipline. And so we are going to have a challenge, which we're going to start on Monday. It's to schedule your discipline challenge. And we're going to be doing that from week to week. I don't want to do it in a big, long, drawn out time frame, right? Because I want to make it short and sweet where you can see results immediately. So when we'll still do it within the month's time frame, but I want to make it short increments so that you can see the wins immediately, so it can build up that discipline muscle, so it can build up the you see yourself winning and you celebrating the small wins and things like that. And also building up the accountability, right? You got to build it up because, again, as entrepreneurs, we feel like our schedule is so free that we get to do what we want with our schedule. And this is some of the reason why we became entrepreneurs, but that is not true. As entrepreneurs, it's the most important thing for us to put ourselves on a schedule. It's the most important things for us to, be held accountable for the things that got to get done, and stop trying to wait until we're being overwhelmed with all of the tasks that we don't want to do. And then, do them tired, do them lazy, don't do them at all, or, just want to give up. And so I want to do this challenge for all of us. We're going to start that on Monday. Monday. Let me know if you guys are interested in doing the challenge. Oh, yes, there's a customized song. My brother did it. Yes. All right, so let me check who's in the room. I'm going to do it this way, and then I'm going to go into everything else. Oh, and the mugs are available. So everybody, if you want to rep the BBU tribe, if you would like to support Coffee with Nikkie, the show, you can actually go to Bubble Babes University. That's BABEZ university.com. Go into our campus store. We have our custom mugs available on the website right now. We only have a couple. We don't have a lot. I think I have about 16, something like that. So there's 16 mugs available. So if you would like to rep the tribe, support the show, go on over and grab you one. We have 4 different girls that represents the BBU tribe, and I put them in coffee flavors or coffee types like latte, cappuccino, mocha, and espresso. So go on over, grab you one, support the squad. Tag us, let us know. We will repost you and share it, especially if you are watching Coffee with Nikki. You got your Coffee with Nikki mug. Tag us. We would love to show it, and we appreciate you guys for supporting us. So go ahead and spread the word, spread the word, spread the word. Make sure that y'all share this video out with everybody, and let's get into it. So let me check and see who's in the building. We are live on Instagram and we are live on YouTube. I went live on Instagram first, but that's neither here nor there. But we are back. So the first person we have in the building is Cousin, y'all. So y'all know Cousin as who? The best moderator on what? Earth. The best moderator on earth is in the building. Good morning, Cousin. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you feeling this morning? Good morning, Miss Kim. Miss Kim's in the building. She said, good morning, lovelies. Good morning, Martini. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Cheryl. I see you bright and early this morning. Good morning, everybody. That's what Miss Cheryl says. Miss Zelcher's in the building. She said, good morning, ladies. Oh, every time I come to Zelcher, I got something to say, right? But Zelcher told me how to make the DIY. Does anybody use that Dawn Power Wash stuff? That stuff is amazing. I love that stuff. It gets neon pigments out of the out off of the counters. I had spilled printer ink on the floor. It got all of the printer ink up off the floor. Usually, no matter what I try, you can still see the streaks because some of my cartridges in the new printer, it leaks, and it's the black ink that always leaks. And so I'm like, it can't be one of the lighter colors that leak. No, it's got to be the black ink that leaks. And so I always drop it, or it'll be on the counter, or it'll be on the floor, and I use the power wash, clean that stuff right on up. So she showed me how to do this DIY, and I did it. I think I got a little too much soap. I'm gonna do a video on it, and well, I did the video already, but I have a tutorial on what I did. It was based off a Pinterest recipe, and I did it, and it worked. I tried it, I bought it, I tried it, and how does Kevin Keith Lee do it? I got it, I bought it, whatever, doesn't matter. But I tried it, and so I really like it. I made it a little too soapy. I doubled the soap amount, and I doubled the whole thing except the water amount. And so I think that's what's making it a little too soapy, but it still works just as good. So yeah, that power wash stuff is great. Cut the check, Dawn. Let's go. Let's see who else is in here. I can't hear or see anything. Nope, it was me, girl. It was me. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me see. Tracy cousin said, do y'all see her live? Nope, because I wasn't. I only see her on IG. Good morning, Melody. Good morning. I said good morning to you already, but I'm gonna say good morning to you again, girl. Good morning. She's on now. Right. Go out and come back in. Good morning, D. You are not late, girl. I done screwed up this morning, but I got it together. All right. So you are not late. Good morning. I missed what challenge was. Nope. You didn't. Good morning, Trina. Good morning. We miss you, girl. We miss you. What are you talking about? That clean stuff up, that Dawn Power Wash, that spray stuff. OMG. It is so good. It is so good. Every product maker, well, if you make, messy stuff, you need this. Because like I said, it cleaned up pigment, it cleaned up ink, it cleans up dirt. I love this stuff. I don't like it on my dishes. I don't know if it was supposed to be for dishes. I don't like it for that. I like it for counters. I like it for surfaces. I really do love that stuff for surfaces. Let me see. Melody said, I love that stuff. I use it on everything. Come on, everything. I use it on everything. Yes. Let me see. Oh, that stuff on those brand infomercials. It is. I use it for soap in my dishes. It cuts the oils. Yes, I love it for the stove. Like if you're frying food and you know how the grease pops all over the place and you have that oil on the stove, it cuts that right off. I love that stuff. So yeah, there's a DIY, so you don't have to keep on buying the refills. and you use dish detergent. You use the Dawn dish detergent. I use the same kind of soap, like in the same packaging, the blue one. So I use the soap, alcohol, distilled water, period. That's it. Yep. So it works, and in the bottle it has that continuous spray. So I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna have that video up for you guys sometime this week. Well, the week's almost over, so I'll have it up soon. I'll have it up soon. Let's just say that I'll have it up soon. So let me see. Between that and the pink stuff, I have not yet tried the pink stuff. I don't even know where to find the pink stuff. Is that in the Dollar Tree? Or is it at Walmart? Because if it's at Walmart, I could get it from Walmart. I have not tried the pink stuff. I've seen people on TikTok use the pink stuff, but I've never tried it. I think it's in a container, right? And do you scoop it out? Walmart. Okay, so let me write that down. The pink stuff at Walmart. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that. So, the pink stuff at Walmart. It's what aisle would that be? We got them all for the bathroom, kitchen, etc. Would that be in this, like with the dish detergent, or with the laundry detergent? Because I was a separate. I think everybody was a separate, but for sure I was a separate. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Cleaning. All right, my next trip. That's what I'm grabbing. That's what I'm grabbing, because let me tell y'all something. Making bath and body products, I have all kinds of stains everywhere. Sometimes I can't get them out, and that's when either I use the magic eraser or I use that Dawn power wash. And between those, I get it done. But I'm gonna try that pink stuff. So I'm gonna try that. So today we're gonna be talking about the garden. And I don't even know if I said this here because we got cut off. Well, we didn't even start it. But my something is eating my leaves in my garden, and no matter what I'm doing, it is not working. And so I was, me, and I always love a good garden analogy. And I was like, oh, this is like a metaphor for life, right? Because I've been gardening for quite some time, and it's been working. Some things haven't. Like initially when I first started, everything didn't work, right? I failed at my garden. I failed at growing. I didn't know how to stop the pests. I didn't know how to how much I was supposed to water. Sometimes I was overwatering, sometimes I was neglecting. And so the next time I did it, I was better, and then the next time even better. And every year within my gardening season, I grow a little more. So I add something on every year. So I'll have a new goal. I'll expand my garden. And then, I'm learning different techniques and things like that. So this year, all of the things that I was doing last year for my pest control is not working this year. And there was also the deer net. Remember I said I put the deer net up. And when I put the deer net up, the deer must have got hungry because it was at the end of the season, and they went into the garden and they devoured everything. Even I had holes in the spaces, and rabbits were going through the holes and things like that. So I was like, I have to do something in order to maintain my garden, because this can't happen. Even though it was, I am glad that it happened at the end of the season as opposed to the beginning or the middle of the season, after I did all of that hard work to grow all my stuff and then they came in and devoured it. I would have been upset. But it was the end of the season, and so it was some things that here and there, like tomatoes. There was some collard greens, some kale, some stuff that likes the cooler weather that was still in the garden that they came and devoured. And again, I think it was because they got hungry. And so I had to do different things in order to protect my garden. And that's the same thing with you in business. You got to do different things to protect your business. All of the things that you have been doing previously may not be working now. How many of you guys are in a season right now? And I know a lot of us was in a season of pause. I know I was, right? How many of you guys were in a season of pause? You just didn't feel inspired. You didn't feel motivated. You didn't feel like the ideas were coming to you. You didn't feel like the customers. You like, where are my customers? Where are my sales? I'm doing all the sales. I'm doing all the things, but nothing is working. How many of you guys are experiencing that or have experienced that? Put ones in the chat. 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 Let me know. Y'all see I got two ponytails today. I don't know how straight my part is, but I got two ponytails today. I can tell you my parts are probably all over the place. One's in the chat if you feel like this right now. You felt like pause, uninspired. There's just all the things that you trying things and they're just not working. You're trying things and they're just not working. Put ones in the chat. If it's a two and everything is working for you and you got good things happening for you, that is amazing. Put twos in the chat. Put twos in the chat. Life is like seasons. Today we are in summer, right? I was listening to Sister Eula. Again, I am going to share her with you guys. Cousin, if you can, please put her Facebook link in the chat. I'm also, cousin, I do want to have her on the show. I should have texted you and told you that. But can you, put it together for us, cousin? But she's talking about, this is summer. This is a new season. And with this new season, there's new requirements of you. There's, new doors that's going to open for you, new connections that are going to happen for you. And with this new season requires different work, right? Again, different doesn't mean wrong. I want y'all to keep that in mind, right? Different doesn't mean wrong. So where you feel like you may be stuck right now, there is a lesson in where you're feeling stuck. Right? There is something that you are overlooking. There's something that you need to come back and spin the block on. You know what I'm saying? There's something that you need to do differently. There's different ways that you need to connect. You need to find your people. Maybe you've been talking to people and you've been sustaining your business because you had family and friends that were purchasing your products. You had a group of friends that was purchasing your products. Maybe you had an influx of orders because an influencer said something about your products, or maybe a video of yours went viral, something like that. You had orders and things like that was coming in. Maybe you started your business during the pandemic and that was popping for you, and so you had a large flow of orders and things like that coming in. It was a lot of engagement, a lot of traffic, and now all of a sudden it seems like it's slowed down. Right? And because it slowed down doesn't mean that this is not meant for you. It just means that now it gives you a time to start opening your eyes to new techniques, different things, new skills, applying the things that you didn't have to apply back then. Maybe you didn't need to have TikTok and Instagram. Maybe you were just doing fine on TikTok, but now TikTok is slowed down and dried up, and now you gotta start expanding. Now you gotta start seeing where your audience is. Maybe you weren't exactly speaking to your audience, so now you gotta find them. So now you gotta do some work to see, where is my audience? How do I find my audience? How do I even speak to them? What are they? Where are they? And so these things, again, it doesn't mean that is wrong. It means that this is a season right now where you got to stretch yourself, and you have to be willing to stretch yourself, right? I have in my garden, again, let's go back to the garden. In the garden, first, let's talk about the animals jumping over into my garden and devouring and destroying everything. I had entry points in my garden where the rabbits were able to get in, the chipmunks were able to get through, and there was a weakness in the gate where the deer pushed through and came in and destroyed everything in there as well. Well, not destroyed, they devoured it. They didn't destroy it, they ate it all up. Right. And so I had to do things differently. So this year it was about securing my fencing, because why? I expanded my garden. Again, I'm a new gardener. So, well, I would say I'm still new. I'm still learning, and I'm always going to be a student, right? So I'm learning what to do, what not to do in my garden. And so in the beginning, that worked. And so that worked for a time, right? It worked the next year and the next year, but it didn't work for last year. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to do things differently. And so I fixed and secured my netting. I fixed and secured, and I wanted to keep the netting because you can't see the deer net from the street. So it's not like a fence that you can see. You know what I mean? It's covered, it's protected, but you can't see it. And that's how I like it, because I don't want that, view from the street, because my garden is in the front of my house, right? And so I had to cover all my entry, the sides of where the deer net is, where the animals were getting in and eating my stuff. I had to make sure I secured that, right? And we need to do the same thing. We need to start securing the things, right? Right now, if you see that there's entryways where things are getting in and destroying your crops, or destroying what you built, destroying your business, or even just like slowing it, things that work before is not working now. What are the weaknesses, right? So I have weak points in my garden, right? I had weak points in my fencing. So what I had to do was I went and I got heavy rocks. Y'all seen, if you seen on my stories, I went in the garden and I grabbed all those big old rocks that I took out from the side of the house, the back of the house. I was lugging these things all over the place. And I had to put rocks all along the perimeter so that I could secure my entryways, right? And so we may have to we may have to do that in our business, right? There's a weakness. Maybe you're not sending out enough emails. Maybe your emails are not being open because they're not engaging, they're not enticing, nobody's interested in what you're saying. Maybe you're only speaking to them when you have sales. Maybe you're only talking to them so you don't get fired, right? And so now it's time to be more intentional. I had to be more intentional about my fencing. I couldn't just throw up the deer net and say, okay, this is what I'm using to protect everything that I have in my garden. Now I had to be more intentional about the protection of the garden. I got to secure all of the ways that the animals were getting in before. So now you got to do the same thing. You got to secure your bag. I got to make sure that I'm intentional about speaking to my audience. I got to make sure that my messaging is clear. I got to make sure that I'm making their lives better than, before. I got to make sure that I'm providing something that they need, as opposed to me just telling you about a sale all the time. So that may have been a weak point for you, and now you have to secure it. So now that this is a season of challenge, and I don't really want to say struggle, right? So this is a season of challenge for you. This is the time for you to start fixing things. This is a great time. This is nobody likes to be challenged. Nobody likes to feel a struggle. Nobody likes to feel pain. We're always looking for that quick, fast, easy pain relief. We're always looking for a way to alleviate this as quickly, as soon as possible, right? And by doing this is not solving the problem. This is only putting a temporary solution on a problem. And so this may be forcing you to fix those things. Does anybody in here understand what I'm saying right now? Let me know if you can relate. Let me know if you can relate. Chantel says, let me see. Oh, I gotta come back. All right. So you guys are feeling it. Let me see. I feel like I just came out of that season. Now it's flowing again. Come on, Flo. Let's do, when do you want her on? It have to be in the evening. Yes, on a Thursday, cousin. 7 p.m. It's a constant reevaluation of everything every single year. I want y'all to get that in your mind. It's not going to always be together. It's never going to be a point when it's all together. There's always going to be a time. This season worked. These things worked in this season. When that new season comes, those things may not work, and you may have to do some other stuff. You may not feel as motivated. You may look at yourself like, am I doing the right thing? This is going to happen to you every single time, right? It's going to be an ongoing process. It's never, ever, 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 ever going to end. Yes, you can have your systems in place that's going to help things go smoothly, but there's always going to be an adjustment period. There's always going to be a time where you have to start looking at your data. It's going to be a time when you have to start seeing what the market is doing, and see how they're spending and where they're going and what they're doing, in order for you to make evaluations for this year. Right. So it's always going to be constant, like Trina said, it's always going to be constant reevaluation of everything. So I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, once I get this is going to be everything. No, it's going to keep on changing. It's going to keep on changing. You're going to look at your email list and you're going to have to clean that thing out. You're going to have to check and see who's engaging with you. You're going to have to check and see, what kind of stuff people like, what are they interested in, so that you can send them targeted emails. You're going to have to start doing a lot of things. Maybe you stop pushing your email list and now it's time to start pushing it, because now you realize my email list has been stuck at this particular number for some time. So I need to start growing my email list. Your email list is going to be golden, because when the things are not happening, when you're not reaching your target audience, those people who are on your email list signed up for your thing. They signed up for your information. So if they're there and they're engaging, they're interested in what you have. So you will always be able to sell to them. You will always be able to speak to them. Yes, you want to keep on building on that, right? And so that may be something that you're doing. So that's also another thing. Let me see. I noticed the things I used to do that work no longer work. Yes. Eula talked about change this morning. So sometimes we need change how we do things. Yep. Good morning, Big Meech. Good morning, Jordan. Had a meeting. Got you. Yes, I'm shifting to a higher level of thinking and working. Yes. Thank you so much, Big Meech. You know I love you, girl. She said, please hit the like, y'all. Please hit the like. Melody said, I can relate. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning. Good morning, Christina. Good morning. A constant pivot. You have to keep that in mind. Your head needs to be, your business mind needs to be on the swivel. It needs to be on the swivel. Why? Because things are always going to change and you're always going to have to be adjusting. Good morning, Miss Lois. Good morning. Yes, so you're going to have to secure it, right? So I had to put the rocks around the perimeter of my garden because things were getting in, right? So I had to protect it. Now, all of a sudden, one of the things that is really discouraging me is really is a blow to how I was gardening before, is that there's something that's really destroying and devouring my leaves. And it's a bug or something. And we have these fuzzy caterpillars. We don't have those every single year, but there's seasons of these things, right? So we have the fuzzy caterpillars. When it rains, we have slugs. There's, the cabbage worms and the regular bugs that devour the leaves. But I'm thinking it's one of these, like the fuzzy caterpillars, or there's these other bugs. I don't even know what they are, but they kind of look mosquito-like. And every time I go to the garden to water it, is a bunch of them that fly out. Not like locusts or anything, but you see like maybe 2 or 3 flying out when you start to water. And I'm like, well, what exactly is eating it? Because like I said, every time I turn the leaf over, I don't see any bugs on the other side. I don't see anything up the stem of the vegetables. I don't see any of that. And so I'm like, what exactly is doing this? So initially I did neem oil, water, and dish detergent, because they said that works, right? So I did that, came back, and it still was eating up the leaves, right? So I said, okay, watering first thing in the morning to rinse off the bugs or whatever things that could be there. I was like, maybe I need to try this. Did that didn't work, right? And so I said, all right, I went and got the 7 powder. I usually don't like to use it, but I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and try the 7 powder and see if this works. So I put the 7 powder out there. Still not working. It seemed like those things were attracting more of the whatever that is that was devouring my leaves. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to have cucumbers this year. Oh, I'm not going to have, it's eating like all of them. Usually, with the garden, they pick certain things that'll eat the leaves. Like you'll see like the greens or the kales or things like that. But this year it was eating, in the cucumbers. But this year is eating every single leaf. And I was like, this is different. This is strange. Again, this is different. This is strange. You are in a season in your business, like Chantel said, things are not working that worked before. So it's different. It's strange. So now what can I do? Where am I noticing that I'm weak at, that I need to strengthen? Where do I need to hire out if need be? Where do I need to be more consistent in my business? Where do I need to show up more? How can I speak to my people? Again, it's a different place. It's a strange place, but it's a good place because now you can try different things. And I want us to open up our eyes to the, to that. Because it's different and because it's strange, it doesn't mean that it's wrong, and you don't have to rush to try to fix it, to put a band-aid on top of it, right? See what it is, analyze it, and start to work that thing, right? Start to work that thing, start seeing different things, start testing out things slowly, slowly but surely, and see if those things are working for you. See if if things are going to be different for you. And if you notice that there's positive change, then do more of it. If you notice that it's positive change, then see what else you can do that's also going to help you, right? See what else you can add on to that that's going to make the change, to make the shift in your next season or your season of growth, right? And so I'm trying the different things, and again, it's not working. So I was like, let me try cinnamon. I went and put cinnamon because I'm reading up, and they're saying cinnamon is supposed to be one of the things. They hate the scent of cinnamon. They're going to stay out of the garden. Not working. It seems like they love cinnamon, and cinnamon is candy, and they're eating it even faster. So I go outside yesterday and look at my cucumber leaf, and it is gone. The leaf is gone, y'all. Gone. I was like, okay, so the cinnamon is not working for this. What do I do now? So now I tried, I was like, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up because I want to bear fruit. The goal of me, I went through all of this not struggle, but I went through all of this planning and plotting and to get my garden together. I have a garden diary. I drew out where I wanted my stuff. I have a planner app on my phone, right? So I'm going through my seeds. I'm looking at my seeds. I'm looking at my companion plants. I'm looking at plants, that I shouldn't put things next to, things that's going to help my garden grow, things that's supposed to keep the pests out. And I did all of that. So I did not want all my work to go to waste, right? And it's the same thing with us in business. You've done all of the work that you need, that you need to do to start the business and to grow the business, but you got to do other things in order to keep it moving. You got to do other things. Yes, I planted and I planned and I did all of that. I did the research and I got the things. I did all of that, but now what else do I got to do? That's not going to be enough. I have to maintain it. We have to maintain our business. Just because you set it up don't mean that that's going to be enough. Just because you was popping in the pandemic don't mean that that's going to be enough. Just because you was popping when you opened up your doors don't mean that that's going to be enough. Just because you was popping because an influencer said something, or because your family and friends supported you from out the gate, or you did a store and the store was doing great, but now the store is not doing good anymore. These are the things that happen in business, but you got to make sure that you can maintain it. You got to make sure that you're not going to give up. You got to make sure that you say, you know what, I'm discouraged and I'm going to be all right though, because this has changed. This feels strange. I don't like the way it feels, but I'm going to do something to make it better. I'm going to do something to make it move. I'm going to do something to make the ground shake. I got to do something to pick this up, because I can't stay stuck here, right? I can't stay stuck in, because I planned everything is going to go according to plan. Nothing ever goes according to plan. Nothing. I don't care how carefully you plan things. Things are going to go, things are going to change up on you. Things are going to change up on you, and you got to be able to roll with the punches. Hey, Dad, but my dad's in the room, y'all, Mr. Chris. You got to make sure that you're able to roll with the punches, right? And so if you can't do that, if you are not going to be flexible enough in your business, things are going to happen, and they're going to continue to happen. And you'll see when you feel in this time, this is the time for you to fix those things, right? This is the time for you to get real laser focus, right? I may not be getting the sales right now. I may not be getting them, but you know what? I do have the time to focus on my business. This is where I was slacking. I didn't know what my inventory was like. I didn't send the emails the right way. I wasn't consistent with the emails. I wasn't even consistent on social media. You know what? Let me try to be more intentional about posting on social media. Maybe this is going to change something for me. Maybe I'm not even talking to my right customers. Maybe I had a stream of customers like you. Let me tell you something. When you get influencers that speak about your products, you'll notice that your followers are going to go up tremendously. You'll notice that your sales are going to go up tremendously, right? But the thing is, the people that follow you from those influencers are following you based off of that person's, reviews or videos or whatever. They're there for their person. They're really not there for you. Yes, you benefited because you got the sales. Now you got to figure out how you could keep them. But sometimes they just go. You'll notice that like I have a lot of big influencers who say something, and I will notice that you get thousands and thousands of new followers, and a lot of them start trickling off. They start trickling off because they were there because that person amped them up about this product. Maybe they got the product, maybe they following because, oh yeah, let me try it, but they'll fall off, right? And so you'll see that happening. It don't mean that you did anything wrong. It just means that because of that circumstances, they followed you and they bought your product. So now you got to think about, all right, now if they come, how am I going to keep them? What do I need to do? And that doesn't mean that you need to do a sale. It doesn't mean that you need to lower things. It just means like, okay, so how am I going to be engaging? That, if they say something, you can't be on social media posting once a month if they came on, because now these people need to get to know you. How are they going to get to know you? Right? You got to open that up for them. You got to start to see, what do I need to do to maintain it? Just because one thing worked for you before, you may send yourself to a big influencer and that big influencer may not give you any returns. I've experienced this too with TV personalities. Their influence isn't really influencing. You know what I'm saying? People love them because they love their personality. They love them because they love their energy or whatever, their content. But when it comes to them talking about something or talking about a product, they're not going to go out and they're not going to buy it. Some people got that. Some people don't. I don't know. Has anybody ever experienced that? You may have had an influencer talk about your product, and some influencers bring you a lot of traffic and a lot of sales, and some influencers don't bring you anything. Let me know in the chat if you have experienced that. Let me know. I was having some issues editing things, but kept working, trying different ways to correct my issue. And my 15-year-old said, Mom, I love seeing how you don't give up. That's right. That's right. I look up to you. Hey, up top with it. Psh. I love that. Trina, kids notice even when it seems as though they aren't paying attention. Yep, they're paying attention all the time. They're paying attention all the time, and they're going to work the same way. You know what I'm saying? And that's good. You setting that example. That's awesome. I'm trying to get myself in order for my son. He seems a little lost now, and I want him to see anything is possible, even if you struggle. Even if you struggle, you got it. This is the best time to show, even in the struggle, that you're not going to give up. You are determined to make it work, and that is also my point in this. I'm determined to figure out what it is that is devouring and destroying my garden, because I am determined to bear fruit. I am determined to be successful. And I said, oh yes, that's a good analogy. That's a good metaphor, right? That I'm determined to bear fruit. So yes, I'm going to fight this. I'm going to try everything that I have to. I'm going to research the things. I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to buy whatever I need to buy to try different things. And I'm going to see how I can stop this, because then next year I may need to use this information, right? And it may be different next year, maybe a different bug, right? But I'm determined to do it. I'm determined to bear fruit. Melissa says, I have. Yes, you send your stuff to people and you think it's going to be the greatest opportunity ever, and it's a flop. You know what I'm saying? You can't control that. You don't know. You think because everybody's watching and they love people love them. They got a huge following, that's going to translate to followers and orders and things like that. And it doesn't. Sometimes I'm not going to say that it is always like that, because that's not true. Because I've had some great experiences and I still continue to have great experiences. I'm not going to say that, but yeah, sometimes it will work and sometimes it won't. So you can't just rest on that, right? I couldn't just rest on the deer net with the weak net. I had to start securing it. So I had to do different things in order to secure it. So I fixed the fence. I also had to make sure that I secured the perimeter. So yes, you have the influencers, but what else can you be doing that's going to encourage sales that may not come from that? Right? What else can you do that's going to also engage with your target audience? Right? You can't just solely rely. I couldn't just solely rely on the weekend fence, but just because they can see it, they're gonna know, don't mess with it, right? I couldn't just solely rely on the weak fence and the deer net without the rocks around it. I had to do other things to strengthen it. I had to reinforce it. And so we have to do the same thing. We have to do the same thing. Let me know if you guys understand what I'm saying. Let me know if you guys understand what I'm saying. Welcome everybody who's coming in on Instagram. No freezing here. You froze for a few, not sure. Okay. Let me see. Yep, not one cell. I was hot. Yep. So Chantel said, yep, not one cell. I was hot. Not on the other end either. Let's see. Yes, Melody. Also note that you have to set his standard high for any type of female in his life. Oh, for the future. That's about her son. Let me see. Guess my internet connection is acting up. It's good now. All right. Michelle, that part. Because right now, girl, I know I got a son. Exactly. Yes. Keep pushing, sis. I know. Yeah, you gotta make sure that you are doing. Yes, let that be a thing. Let that be a way. But also, what else can you be doing? Don't solely rely on that, because you will be disappointed. You will just be disappointed. Like, I can't believe I sent it to this celebrity. They did the video and they got 1,000,005 views, 1,000,000.5 views, and I didn't get not one sale. Well, don't put all your eggs in that basket, right? What else can you do? And so I want to get into this too, that when Sister Eula was talking, she was talking about this is the first day of summer. This is the new season. God is stretching you. God is, he's showing you something, right? Just because it looks like, okay, I'm struggling right now, just because it looks like I'm in a season of a drought right now, just because it seems like, you know what I'm saying, the sales are not coming in, the people are not engaging, da 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 da. God is stretching you. So you are preparing yourself for the thing that is coming up next, right? So if you notice, when you have these types of seasons, these are the times when you do have the best ideas. These are the times when you are more intentional about what you do. These are the times when you get or find consistency. These are the times when you think outside of the box, right? Because of this struggle, this is how you are able to think. When everything is going fine, and this is why I said this with BCMC, when everything is going great and the money is rolling in, that's not really the time for you to decide, oh, I'm going to open up a store, I'm going to open up a warehouse, because now you got to think, I mean, it can be, but you want to make sure that you're thinking about how, if time slow down, how am I going to be able to operate, right? And so when you are in this season of things not working the way they used to work before, it allows you, it's a blessing and it's a curse. Well, I won't even say it's a curse, but it don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? Right? But it's a blessing because it allows you to come up with something more creative, probably way better than you ever would have thought of when things were going right? It shows you how to find your customers, because maybe you're, like I said, maybe you're not speaking to your customers. And sometimes, like I was talking about influencers have their own followers, right? And so their followers are following them for a reason. Those followers are not your followers, right? So I need to be speaking to my people who will hear my message and who will resonate with what I'm saying and will appreciate the value that I'm giving them, right? And so this may be a time for you to say, okay, so I did get an influx of orders from this. I did have a viral video from here. And those things worked probably at the time, and now it trickles off. Now what do? Now you have to say, you know what, I gotta rest and see what my business is all about and how I can speak to people so they can get excited about my business. One thing I always say to entrepreneurs is be your own buzz. Create your own buzz, be your own hype. Don't rely on somebody else to be that buzz or be that hype for you, because once you start doing that, you're going to always need to rely on other people to bring that business in for you. So you got to create your own buzz. Do y'all feel me? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Put ones in the chat if y'all feel me. Create your own buzz, be your own hype. Don't rely on another person or another personality to bring those people in for you. Like, oh, I gotta get all of these people in. No, how can I make people hype about what I got? How can I make people hype about what I got? How can I make them see that, how can I make the product stand alone? You know what I'm saying? They're excited about my product. They're not excited because this particular celebrity or influencer had my product and they like, oh, let me try it. No, I got to create that buzz for myself. And that was a hard lesson that I had to learn, especially coming from YouTube as a YouTube personality. And I had all my friends, talking about my product. As soon as all of that died down for me, when I started, I had to figure out who I was and what I was doing. I had to figure out what my message was and how can I make my message connect. I had to figure out how can I speak to people and reach people without utilizing my previous influencers and their videos and stuff like that, because sometimes you may send something to somebody and they may not do anything. You may have just sent something to somebody and they didn't do a video, they didn't talk about it right. Matter of fact, they put it in the wrong light, and now you like, well, why would you show the product like that? I used to do that a lot because I was learning in business, and so some of my labels, I didn't have the right kind of label, and so sometimes the ink will wash off or scratch off, and they would show the product in the video, and I'm like, why would you show that label? You know what I'm saying? But they're not thinking. They're just saying, I use this product. I agreed that I was going to do this content for you, and I'm putting it up. And now you're looking at it, but you don't want to repost it because you're embarrassed about how the label looked. And I was embarrassed, but I'm like, I didn't know. But that's not an excuse. You know what I'm saying? The video was done. I can't say, oh, can you do it again and let me send you another label? You got to figure that out. And so sometimes it's not going to be seen in a good light. So you got to fix that for yourself, right? And so you got to be able to create that buzz for yourself. I got to show you, I can't rely on my best videos to come from other people, right? I got to make sure that what I do on my end is great. I got to make sure that when I'm sending out, I have labels that's not going to scratch. And it took trial and error. Everything didn't work. It worked for that moment. But when we start growing, we got to start changing our mindset as well. So when we start growing our business, the way that we used to think and the things that we used to do, how we operated, and the products that we may have, like the labels and stuff like that you may have used, you can't use them when you're growing. You know what I'm saying? You have to know that once things start to change and you start to grow, you got to kind of start growing with it. Not kind of, you do. You got to grow with it. You can't keep thinking small. You got to start leveling up and leveling up and leveling up. And this is when you get into your seasons of challenge. This is when you get into the seasons when you're feeling like things that I used to do don't work anymore, because you're growing. You are getting ready for that next step, that next level. And that is what Sister Eula was talking about, was getting ready for the next level. And this is what that thing is. Yes, it seems like it's a challenge right now. Yes, it seems like things aren't working right now. Yes, it seems like things have slowed down right now. But now is the time for you to fix those things, because you're getting ready to level up. You're getting ready to take that thing to the next level. You're getting ready to launch into outer space. You're getting ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're getting ready for the next thing. And with that small mindset, with that small fixed mindset, you are not going to get to the next level. So you are going to, if you are not getting it, you're going to be forced to get it, right? No matter what you do. One thing I can tell you, that you will be forced in that season of challenge to focus on the things that need to be focused on. No matter what you do, you may say, let me do this. That ain't gonna work. Okay, it used to work before. Let me send out these emails. This is gonna work. Not a peep, right? Let me do this. This is gonna work. Nope, it's not working. Oh, the biggest influencer just said something about my product. This is going to work. Nothing happens. I'm telling you because I've been through it. I'm not telling you because I'm, what I think. I'm telling you because I've been through it. And it took all of those things to happen for me to focus on my strategy. It took all those things for me to focus on me tightening up, me getting my systems in order, me fixing things, me working through things in order for me to get to that next level. And you're going to continue to experience that thing until you focus and get yourself ready for the next level. That is what it's preparing you for. If you get into a season like this, and some of y'all are in the season, if you get into a season like this, see where you need to fix it. See where those entry points are, not secured. See where you need to strengthen your fence. See where you need to try different things to make sure things are not devouring your leaves. See what you need to do in that particular season so that you can grow through this thing. Right? It's about growth. We're going to grow through things. Everything that we go through to get to the other side of is not easy. No matter where we go in life, everything that requires growth requires a season of uncomfortable discomfort, right? It requires a season of discomfort, and we got to I don't want to say get used to feeling the discomfort, but just know that in that season, that growth is about to come. Just know in that season, ideas are trying to flourish. Things are being stifled. Things that you had laying dormant, they're not coming out. They're going to start coming out, right? Because now you're challenged. Now you got to start trying different things to see what's going to work. Maybe you were scared before. Maybe you didn't need to before because things was moving for you. So now you got to think outside the box. Now you got to challenge yourself. Now you got to grow through what you're going through. Yes? Yes, let me know if you guys are feeling me. Let me know in the chat. I know Sister Eula said there's a requirement. There's a new door that you're going through. There's new accountability, and that's absolutely true. The way I was operating when I was small, when I first started, it's not the way that I can operate now. The things that I was doing before, I can't do now. The things that I was saying before, I can't say now. Now I need to pay attention to how I'm saying things. Now I need to be intentional about the things that I say. I need to be speaking directly to the people that I know are going to buy my products, or that I'm trying that will potentially buy my products. I need to be more consistent and intentional about those things. And that's okay. It's all a part of the growth. It's all a part of me getting up to the next level. And a lot of us say we want all of these things, but we're not able to even do it on the level that we're at. We're not able to do it on the level in front of that or 2 levels in front of that. We're not able to do it, but we want to get to the top, right? You can't get to the top without going through the floors. You got to go through the floors. You got to go through the levels. And you have to see this right now as a period of growth. Let me know if y'all feeling me in the chat. Let me know if y'all feeling me in the chat, and let me check and see if I missed anything, because I want to make sure that I say what I need to say. Oh, the last thing I tried on my leaves, and I will let y'all know if this works, right? So I tried kaolin clay. Kaolin clay, I've seen people use it in their gardens. So I was like, let me try that. I have that. I make bath bombs. I got kaolin clay. So that, water, and a little dish soap. I said, let me try that, spray that on my leaves and see if that works. Thoroughly sprayed my leaves on the top and the bottom to see if this is going to work. Hopefully this is going to work. But even if this doesn't work, guess what I'm still going to do? If this thing that I just tried doesn't work, I'm determined to bear fruit, right? So if this new thing that I've tried, it still doesn't stop the bugs or whatever it is from devouring my leaves, what do you think I'm going to do? Let me know. Let me know. One, yep, just said that. Let me know. Let me know. Yes, mindset showed me that part of my mindset is fixed. Yes, yes, yes. And I need to change how I think. We unintentionally put limitations on ourselves. Come on, Melody. That's absolutely true. That is absolutely true. And then we don't even try. We'll leave it there and we don't even try. What am I going to do? If the kaolin clay, the soap, and the water does not work on my plants and the bugs are still going to eat it, what do you think I'm going to do? Let me know in the chat. And let me know in the chat. I have goals every year. This year, I have one of my goals set. I said I wanted to have lettuce, successfully plant my lettuce from seed, and my lettuce is thriving out there. I said I want to grow beets and radish successfully because I have not. They are growing. I went to go look at my radish. I see my radish leaves growing, and I also see the beets growing. This is another thing. And the last thing that I wanted to do was grow those large heads of collard greens. Those were my goals. And I expanded my garden. I expanded it out because I wanted a larger garden. And I'm probably going to have an even larger garden than this because this is what, I said every year I want to expand my garden. Every year I'm going to have goals. Every year I want to have something that I haven't done before or haven't been successful at before. I failed miserably at making lettuce, growing lettuce every single year till this year. You may be struggling right now in something. You may have been trying things continuously. And it was a different process in order for me to get the lettuce to grow. Do y'all hear me? It was a different process. I tried growing lettuce for years and I was not successful. I failed miserably. I did not give up. I was determined to grow lettuce from seed. I was determined to try all the things in order for me to be successful. I'm going to exhaust every single possibility because I want to make sure that I'm going to be successful at growing lettuce. And so what I did was I tried a different method. I've never tried this method before. My friend had told me, try this. This is the way I do it. And I was like, yeah, I don't need to do that. I'm going to put it in this little cell. I'm going to put it in the little grow thing, put my little lights on it. It's going to grow. Every single time it grew leggy and I could not use it. Every single time, no matter what I did, every single time I was not successful. This year, I tried the water jug and I have successfully grown lettuce. Now I can say I have successfully grown the lettuce because I can see it. They're growing, but they're not the heads of lettuce that you would buy at the store or anything like that. So it still has some more before I can eat them. But I was determined to grow the lettuce. I did not give up. I said, you know what? I grew the lettuce in the water jug. I said, I'm determined not to let anything destroy the lettuce. Right? I babied that lettuce. I made sure I did everything that I did. I checked on that lettuce. I opened it up and let the sun hit it. And I was like, you know what? When I put this in the ground, I want it to grow. I want it to thrive. So what I'm going to do is I don't want things. I know that in my experience, putting leafy things out in the garden, the insects destroy it. So now what am I going to do? So I said, I'm going to put some hula hoops in my garden. They're going to be like little hoops. And I'm going to take the insect netting and I'm going to put that on the top because I'm going to protect my lettuce so that the insects can't come in and devour and destroy my lettuce, especially after I did all of that hard work. I don't want the insects to come and ruin it after I got it off the ground. Right? And I want you guys to look at your business like that. You got your business off the ground. Don't let you being you not being motivated destroy that. Don't let a setback destroy that. Don't let something because you failed at something before. Don't let that stop you from growing and coming up with different things and techniques and ways for you to do the thing. You know what I'm saying? You done got this far. You might as well see this thing through. You might as well see this thing through. And so I had to I'm protecting my lettuce because I successfully want to be able to eat it myself. I successfully want to make my own salad with my own lettuce, right? I want to have a plate of salad. I don't want to have just one little lettuce like, oh, that's good enough. No, I want my lettuce to grow abundantly. And it's the same way I want y'all to look at your business. I didn't start the lettuce just so I could have one leaf of lettuce off of off of all the stuff that I grew. You didn't start your business just so that you can make a little bit of money or just so that you could get a few sales here and there. You didn't start your business for that, right? And so why would you allow things that things that are not working? Why would you allow that to stop you? Do not allow it to stop you. I want to encourage you all to think of different ways to think outside of the box so that you can make things happen for you. Try different ways to make these things happen. Maybe you didn't collaborate with people before. Maybe now's the time for you to collaborate. Maybe you didn't send out emails before, but now is the time. Maybe you should email. Maybe you didn't do ads before. Maybe now is the time for you to do ads. Maybe now is the time for you to get out in the markets. Maybe now is the time for you to do pop-up shops. Maybe not, you know what I'm saying? Try different things because something is going to work. Something is going to help your lettuce grow. Something is going to make your lettuce pop. Okay? Let me know if y'all with me in the chat. Let me know if you with me in the chat. Yes, I'm going to pivot and try something different. Yes, I'm going to try something different. If it don't work, I'm going to try something different. And I'm also going to be planting new seeds because if something should happen and if they destroyed the crop, I am going to have my backup. Y'all need backups. I am going to have my backups. So I am going to grow new seed because I still have time to grow my cucumbers. So I'm gonna put my cucumbers back. I'm gonna plant my cucumber seeds. I'm gonna plant my green beans because I got time to still grow those things. And if it slows down or whatever, I'm gonna put some new ones in the ground. I'm gonna plant new seeds. I'm gonna make new connections. I'm gonna try new things. I'm gonna do different things, right? Same thing with your business. The same thing with your business. Diluted lemon juice and water. Okay, I'll try that. The kale and clay don't work. That's my next thing. That's my next thing. And I don't even know if I'm frying my leaves. I don't know. But I'm gonna figure it out and I'm gonna keep on trying. I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to keep on trying. And that's my message for you this morning. Just because you're in a different season and just because you're in a challenging season, don't mean that you use this to give up. Use this to grow. Use this to see this as an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for strength. I told you guys to read the book Mindset. You guys, I said I was going to talk about it today. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Mindset, you guys, you could listen to it in a day. You can listen to this book in a day. Listen to this book, and I want y'all to come back and tell me how you think. And if I had a fixed mindset, I could say, you know what? I never could grow lettuce anyway, so why am I even going to try it? I'm not even going to try. I tried so many times, it didn't work, and so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to grow lettuce. I didn't do that. I didn't stop there. I said, you know what? I'm going to try a different way. I tried a different way. You know what? Now that I've tried this different way, I'm going to make sure I'm going to see this thing through. I'm going to make sure that I'm carefully monitoring this lettuce. I'm going to carefully make sure I'm doing all the things that I need to do for this lettuce. I'm going to put it in the place where it needs to be. I think where it's going to grow and it's going to thrive. I'm going to put it in that place. I'm going to protect it. I'm going to check and make sure that there's no weak points where the bugs are getting in, eating up my lettuce, where it's going to destroy it. Same thing with your business. This feels different. It's okay. It's okay to feel different. It's okay to feel challenged. These are the times when you are going to grow, when you feel the challenge. These are the times when you're going to come up with your best ideas. These are the times when you're going to come up with networking with people you've never even thought you would network with before. These are the times you're going to collaborate with people that you've never thought that you would collaborate with and come up with something amazing. These are the times. So don't look at this season and say, oh, I'm just ready to give up. No, look at this season and think of ways of how can I make this thing grow. Again, that book Mindset is going to open up your eyes and, to seeing where you're feeling like you have that fixed mindset, where you're not willing to try, where you get challenged and you retreat. It's going to help you to open your eyes and say, you know what? It's not time for me to retreat. It's not time for me to give up. It's not time for me to just throw in the towel. It is time for me to try something different. It is time. This method didn't work. I'm going to try a new method. This time didn't work. I'm going to try again. This didn't work at this time. I'm going to do something different. This is the time for that, right? And again, you have to have a growth mindset because all of the things that worked for you before, it's not going to always work. It's not going to always work. Sometimes you may be trying to lose weight and then you do something and you plateau. The things that you were doing to get to that particular point before you plateaued, They were working, but now they're no longer working. So now guess what you got to do? You got to figure out something different. Maybe my protein intake is different. Maybe I'm not consuming enough minerals and fruits and vegetables and things like that. Maybe I'm not doing this. Maybe I'm not drinking enough water. Maybe I'm not flushing things out. Maybe I need to cleanse my body out. Maybe I need to try a different workout. Maybe I need to try something different, trying something different because you've plateaued, and it is okay. It is okay. So everybody, I will have my memberships ready for you guys tomorrow. Monday, we are starting the challenge. With the challenge, I am going to, this real quick too. Where should we do the challenge at? Should we do the challenge on Instagram, Facebook, or in the community? Let me know in the chat. Put your vote in the chat. Instagram, Facebook, or the community. I need to know where I'm posting so I know how I, create my content and stuff like that. So one thing we're going to do, we're going to have some bonuses, accountability, and we're going to also be celebrating. I am going to do some not tasks. I want to do some challenges where we're showing us using the Pomodoro technique or the Pomodoro method and your results, how you felt about like what you got done in that time, in that 25-minute increment or whatever time you allot for yourself, how you felt about that. I want to ask all of those things. I want you to put tasks that you've been avoiding. I want you to put those first on the list and getting them off, and how you feeling about those things. Getting your schedule together, scheduling out, because scheduling is a major thing that is a major weakness as entrepreneurs. Some people are really good at scheduling out their stuff, but some people struggle with it. I struggle with order. I know I struggle with order. That's my thing. I'm a Scorpio. I want to do things where I want to do things, and I can't just use that and rely on that and say that's what, that's how I am. And just because I get them done don't mean I got them done efficiently. So putting things on your schedule and accomplishing those things. So I want to do that. I want to have challenges. I think I want to even do some little prizes and stuff like that. So let me know where you guys want to try it, and I will put it there. I don't want to put it everywhere. I want to put it where you're going to see it every single day. So while I wait for you guys to give me your answer, thank you everybody for watching. If you watch this far, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notifications bell so you can be notified when we go live. We go live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. For Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. I have a slew of tutorials and everything like that on my YouTube channel, so make sure y'all going over there and look those up. I'm also going to have a sale on my classes. So I have my my body butter class, my sugar scrub master class, my how to whip wax like a pro. I got all of those classes that I'm going to do a miniature sale on, because now that I'm opening up the membership, I want to make sure that you get what you need. Don't forget that the mugs are on the website right now. Make sure y'all go ahead and support the show, support the community. And they're affordable too. They're $13.99 and $15.99. Go on ahead and get you a mug. Again, I have a limited quantity, so make sure whatever you want, grab it now. Now. I may restock, but that's what we have right now. What else do I want to say? The challenge is going to start on Monday. The challenge is going to start on Monday. So I see community, IG. Okay, so I put both. All right. So, and if you catch the replay, make sure you put replay gang in the chat. Let me know if this was beneficial. Let me know if it resonated with you, and if it did, make sure that you share it out with somebody who can enjoy it or appreciate it. And that is it. I appreciate all of y'all for rocking with me today, and I will see you in my stories. Follow me on all social media. We are Bubble Babes, BABEZ University everywhere. Make sure you follow us, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.